When stars come out and skies turn deep, it's time for hearts to softly keep the love of God, both big and small, to share with others, one and all. Be kind to friends, both near and far. God sees your heart just where you are. A smile, a hurt, a hug, a gentle word can spread His love through all the world. Your God loves hearts that shine, not stun. Show tenderness, that's all, not stun. The quiet ones who help, not stun. Show tenderness that shine, not there. When someone stumbles, who help with care.
Tilly the turtle builds her house, inspired by the parable of the wise and foolish builders.
In a sunny meadow lived Tilly the turtle and Ricky the rabbit. They both decided it was time to build new homes, places where they could feel safe and sound. "I want to build a house that will last," Tilly declared with a determined glint in her eye. Ricky, always in a hurry, said, "I'll build mine quickly." He found a spot with soft, sandy soil, perfect for digging fast. Tilly smiled, knowing that haste might not be the best way. Ricky dug and dug, throwing sand everywhere. In just one day, his house was finished. "See, Tilly? Quick and easy," he boasted, admiring his sandy creation. Tilly began her work, carefully choosing stones. She cleared the ground, making sure her foundation was solid and strong. This took many days, but Tilly didn't mind. Days turned into weeks. Ricky relaxed in his sandy house, while Tilly kept building, stone by stone. "Why work so hard?" Ricky asked, shaking his head. Tilly replied, "A strong house needs a strong base. It's worth the effort to build it right." She continued to carefully stack stones, one by one. Finally, Tilly's house was complete. It was made of strong stones, fitted perfectly together. It looked solid, safe, and ready for anything. Soon, the sky turned gray, and the rain began to fall. It pattered softly at first, then grew into a heavy downpour. The wind howled, shaking the trees. Ricky's sandy house began to crumble. The rain washed away the sand, and the walls started to fall apart. "Oh no!" cried Ricky, scared and wet. Tilly watched from her strong house as Ricky struggled. The rain beat against her walls, but her house didn't budge. It stood firm and steady. Ricky ran to Tilly's house, seeking shelter. "Please, Tilly, can I come in? My house is gone," he pleaded, shivering and soaked. Tilly opened her door with a kind smile. "Of course, Ricky. Come in and get warm," she said, welcoming him inside. Inside, it was warm and dry. Tilly gave Ricky a blanket and a cup of hot tea. He sat by the fire, feeling safe and grateful. "Thank you, Tilly," Ricky said. "I see now why you took so long to build. A strong foundation makes all the difference." Tilly nodded. Building on solid ground is like building your life on what is true. It will stand firm no matter what. The storm raged on, but inside Tilly's house, they were safe and warm. Ricky learned a valuable lesson that day. When the sun finally came out, Ricky helped Tilly repair the land around her house. Together, they made it even stronger. Ricky decided to build a new house, this time with a solid foundation like Tilly's. He knew it would take time, but it would be worth it. Tilly helped Ricky choose the right stones and taught him how to build a strong foundation. They worked together, side by side. This time, Ricky's house was different. It was built on solid rock, just like Tilly's. It was strong, sturdy, and ready for any storm. Ricky and Tilly's houses stood side by side, a testament to patience and wisdom. They were ready for anything, together. And so, they lived happily ever after, always remembering the importance of building on a strong foundation. Just like Tilly and Ricky, we should build our lives on what is true and lasting, so we can weather any storm. Remember, a strong foundation leads to a strong life. Be patient, be wise, and build on what is true. And that's how Tilly the turtle taught Ricky the rabbit, and all of us, the importance of building a strong home.
Toby's Trust, a turtle's tale of perfect timing.
In a sunny forest lived Toby the turtle, who always wished he could be fast. He watched cheetahs zoom by and dreamed of racing through the trees just as swiftly. "Oh, how I wish I didn't have this shell," he exclaimed one day. One morning, Toby saw Cheetah practicing her sprints. "Cheetah," he called out, "why can't I be fast like you?" "It's not fair." Cheetah smiled kindly and said, "Everything has its own perfect time, Toby." Toby didn't understand. He wanted to be quick now. He tried running, but his short legs could only carry him so far. Frustrated, he slumped under a fern. Just then, the sky turned dark. Heavy clouds gathered, and the wind began to howl. Cheetah warned everyone. "A big storm is coming. Find shelter!" Rain poured down in sheets, and the river began to rise quickly. Soon, the forest floor was flooded. The animals panicked, unsure of where to go. Toby, being low to the ground, felt the current tugging him. But he knew the riverbed well. Slowly and steadily, he began to move. Cheetah, strong and fast, tried to help others, but found it difficult in the swirling water. She felt helpless as the floodwaters rose higher. Then, Cheetah saw Toby moving steadily through the water. "Toby, can you help us find higher ground?" she called out, her voice filled with hope. Toby nodded, his little heart pounding. He remembered the underwater paths he knew so well. "Follow me!" he shouted, his voice surprisingly strong. Slowly but surely, Toby led the animals through the submerged forest. He knew every rock and root, guiding them safely along the riverbed. Cheetah, amazed by Toby's knowledge, helped guide the others. Her speed became useful in warning those lagging behind. Finally, Toby led them to a small hill, which remained above the floodwaters. One by one, the animals clambered onto the safety of the dry land. Exhausted but safe, the animals huddled together, watching the storm rage around them. They were grateful for Toby's bravery. As the rain slowly subsided, a rainbow appeared in the sky. The forest began to shimmer with renewed life. Cheetah approached Toby, her eyes filled with admiration. "Toby, you were so brave. Your slow and steady pace saved us all." Toby smiled, his heart swelling with pride. "I didn't think being slow could be a good thing, but I am glad I could help. Cheetah nudged him gently. "God made you just the way you are, Toby. Your timing is perfect for his purpose. Toby looked around at the forest, now bathed in sunlight. He understood. God's timing was indeed perfect. From that day on, Toby embraced his slow and steady pace. He knew that God had a special plan for him, just as he did for everyone else. He continued to explore the riverbed, always ready to help those in need, knowing that his unique gift was exactly what God intended. And Cheetah, though still the fastest in the forest, learned to appreciate the value of patience and the beauty of God's perfect timing. Together, Toby and Cheetah became the best of friends, each valuing their own unique gifts and learning from one another every day. They understood that even though they were different, God loved them both, and their unique talents could work together for good. And so, in the sunny forest, the turtle and the cheetah taught everyone the importance of patience, faith, and trusting in God's perfect plan. For everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven. Just like Toby, trust in God's perfect timing for your life.
Timmy's Trail, a story of steady courage.
Timmy the turtle lived in a lush forest, but he often felt left out. All the other animals were much faster than him, especially during the annual forest race. The rabbits zoomed, the deer leaped, and the squirrels darted, leaving Timmy far behind. He sighed, knowing he would never win. One day, the annual forest race began with great excitement. Timmy started with determination, putting one foot in front of the other. The rabbits, deer, and squirrels quickly sped ahead, their laughter echoing through the trees. Timmy kept going at his own pace. As the race continued, dark clouds began to gather overhead. A storm was brewing. Soon, rain poured down, and the wind howled. The forest became dark and treacherous. The faster animals, used to relying on their speed, were now lost and scared. They couldn't see the path. Timmy, though slow, had a good sense of direction and a steady pace. He knew the forest well. He carefully made his way through the flooded paths, his shell protecting him from the worst of the rain. Soon, he came across Rosie and the other animals, shivering and lost. "Follow me," Timmy said kindly. "I know the way to safety." The animals hesitated, surprised that Timmy, the slowest of them all, was offering help. But they were desperate and cold, so they decided to trust him. Timmy led the way, his steady pace guiding them through the storm. He knew which paths were safe and which to avoid. His slowness was now an advantage. The rabbits couldn't rush, the deer couldn't leap, and the squirrels couldn't dart. They had to match Timmy's slow and careful pace. As they walked, they began to see the wisdom in Timmy's steadiness. They realized that being fast wasn't always the best way to overcome challenges. After what seemed like a long time, Timmy led them to a safe, dry cave. The animals huddled together, grateful to be out of the storm. They thanked Timmy for his help. He had saved them all. The storm eventually passed, and the sun came out again. The animals emerged from the cave, ready to continue the race. This time they didn't leave Timmy behind. They walked together, as friends. Timmy learned that being slow was okay, and the others learned that friendship is more important than speed.